All right, you guys know why I'm here. I'm here to talk about a very popular topic right now. If you guys don't know, I think you do know. I think you do know. The anti-intellectualism debate that's happening right now on Booktok, brought again back to life by the New Year's, because this seems to always happen at New Year's when people are sharing like how many books they read, how many books they want to read, type of thing, and then like the you didn't read 300 books kind of like pops up, and then boom, we like swirl into anti-intellectualism conversations. And then also a blonde woman on Booktok. I don't know her username, that's why I'm referring to her by her hair. But she basically got online, called everybody some little B words, and said the books you guys recommend are dumb, and the books that you guys are reading are dumb. So you guys are dumb. So this is kind of summing it up. She really did call people little B words, but the rest of it is like my summary of what she said. Now here's the thing. I kind of agree with her. I do think it was the wrong messenger, considering some of the books on her bookshelf, where there's a problem, there's always the same culprits on the bookshelf. I'm not sure if she was necessarily the right messenger for that message. I have no qualms with the way that she used it. You know, I'm always good for like a spicy kind of, you know, announcement type of thing. I'm never against that type of thing. But anyways, that's neither here or there. The point is, like, I do agree with her that there is a type of intellectualism happening, and that's common when you see a rise of fascism, as we're seeing in America. You see a rise of anti-intellectualism, fascism, and critical thinking, and creative thinking. They don't mix, right? So a lot of people will try to squash that down, but like this has been an issue going on for a while, right? Since No Child Left Behind kind of thing, we're seeing like a fall of literacy rates, a fall of like people being able to understand and critically engage with what they're reading, being able to fact check what they're reading, different things like that. So this isn't like a necessarily new issue, but it's definitely the impact of this anti-intellectualism is definitely starting to show up in our everyday lives, and like the way we interact with people, the way that we vote, the way that the country is ran, type of thing. So I think that's why it's like becoming like a super, it's always an issue, but like in your face, people are like now talking about it and being like, what the fudge is going on? So I agree with her there. It's partly anti-intellectualism. People just don't want to critically engage with their books. They want to turn their brains off and kind of recommend things that are not the greatest. I also agree with people too, where they say like not every book needs to be like I don't want to say Shakespeare because he's always used it, but not every book needs to be like this contemporary lit, like full philosophic, deep thinking type of thing. Sometimes like the book I'm reading now is probably not the best in the world. The issue is that like when people get online and just like proclaim that these books are just, you know, handed down from the heavens themselves, everybody got to read it, the best in the industry, you'll never read anything better, and it's the same old copy pasted tropes, themes rife with passive aggression and microaggressions and stereotypes, and it's tiring, it's exhausting. So those points I agree with. Now here's where I divest a little bit, is that I think that is like the surface level issue. I think the real issue here, and then another woman on Booktok, I'm gonna see if I can put her name somewhere on the screen here, but I agree with her where I don't think it's necessarily like the what do you call it, the first layer is anti-intellectualism, but if you look down deeper, the problem is actually diversity and racism. Ooh, I know y'all gonna hate me for saying that. I know it's gonna ruffle some feathers. You guys aren't gonna like it. It's uncomfortable to talk about, and it's like, oh, does everything always come down to race? Yes, it does. Don't blame me, blame the systems that created it, you know? So, and I think she's right. And here's why I think she's right. It's because there's certain subsects of Booktok. The biggest part of Booktok that most people kind of like as their entry point come into are the ones that are recommending the same 3-4 authors, and any authors that kind of spin off of that have like the exact same like tropes, the same beats, the same characters, the same storyline type of thing. Like they just kind of like copy and paste. So then a lot of people are like, dang, why do I always get the same Sarah J Math recommendations? Or like, why are all these books like the same quality, same story, same things? Like, what's going on here? But on the other side of Booktok, it's a lot more diverse. I'm not just talking about diverse in like, in terms of like the authors, people writing it, people of color type of things. I'm talking about like diverse in forms of quality, right? You might get yourself like a, what is that man's name? Quan Mills or whatever, where it's like the pastors eat punani too type of books. You know, you get those recommendations, but you also get you also get really good recommendations too. And like it's a wide variety of things so that you can pick what you like. You get a variety of different options available to you, and you can critically engage with those conversations with different people in those different books, right? So the question begs is, why is it that way on one side of Booktok but not on the other side? And I think the issue is that people just are not diversifying their reading enough, right? They want to stick to the same type of authors, and they want to like be like, oh, I don't look. And I talk about this too in I talk about this too coming up in my Black History Month book recommendations video. But it's always the same, like, I don't see color when I look for an author. I don't even think about the characters and why, if they're people of color, or if they're gay, or if they're neurodiverse or something. I just want to read the book, and like that becomes a problem, because it's like, if you want to read the same thing over and over again, you're going to get recommended the same thing over and over again, and then you're going to be complaining about seeing the same thing over and over again, same quality, same characters, same tropes, same storyline type of things. And then like the industry is going to keep pushing it out to you because you haven't indicated that you want to see anything different. And because that is the baseline, because that is the norm as of right now, you have to be intentional about breaking yourself out of that kind of loop, right? Like you have to like, unfortunately, go out of your way and see color. Like you got to be like, damn, look at my bookshelf. I haven't read anything from somebody who is Black in like, God knows how long. I haven't heard not one damn Spanish word in any of my books in forever. You know, like my fantasy all look like the freaking European settings, and I haven't seen anything else or read anything else in my settings and stuff. And just really like think about like, are you being intentional? And then once you start stepping out, you might start seeing some more diversity. When you start seeing some more diversity, you're going to start seeing different quality works. And again, I'm not saying it's not like if you read Black authors, you're always going to get quality. It's always going to be amazing, type of situation. I'm just saying like you're opening up yourself to more opportunities for better reads, for different reads. When you box yourself into the same authors who are being pushed out, who are being like copy and pasted and stuff, that's what you're going to get more of. So I agree. I think it's more of a diversity issue. I think that's what it is. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what you think about her video, if you think it's the right messenger, wrong messenger type of thing. Keep it cute, keep it respectful, but I'll see you in the next video.